Alright, this is Ubaid on behalf of Electronics, and in this video we're going to be talking about something called contingency table. Okay, now when it comes to your contingency tables are used to figure out probabilities. They're used to calculate, okay, to do calculations when it comes to probabilities. Alright, so let's look at an example to understand this better. So let's say, for example, you've got, okay, 2 columns and 2 rows. Okay, so in the first column, okay, you have speeding violation. Okay, so let's say this is your first column. Okay, you've got speeding violation. I'm just going to type in SV as a shortcut. Okay, so speeding violation in the last year, so SVL. Okay, this would be speeding violation last year. And let's say in the second column you have no speeding violation, so NSVL. Okay, so this is SVL. This one over here, this is NSVL. All right, now for rows, you've got 2 rows over here. You've got uses cell phone while driving. Okay, so uses cell phone, so cell phone as in C. And then we can see NC does not use a cell phone while driving. Okay. All right, so now, say for example, you've got 26 over here, okay, uses cell phone while driving, okay, and had a speeding violation. So you've got 26, okay, 26 individuals last year, okay, and let's say over here you've got 280, okay, which means they did use their cell phones, but they had no speeding violation. All right. Now, for the second column and the second row, or first column and the second row, rather, excuse me. Okay, does not use cell phone while driving, assuming this is 46. Okay, and the second column and the second row, okay, let's say, does not use a cell phone and had no speeding violation last year. So let's say this is 405. All right, now your total over here, this is 26 plus 46. So if you do the math, this will be 26 plus 46, comes around 72. All right, so this will be 72 over here at the bottom. And then over here you have 280 plus 405. So 280 plus 405. So that comes around 685. Okay, so 685. All right, so you've got 72 over here, 685 over here. And now you've got, okay, people who use cell phones while driving, their total over here. This will be 280 plus 26. So 280 plus 26, that comes around 306. Okay, and over here, people who use or do not use a cell phone, okay, and had no speeding violation. Okay, this total, okay, for this particular row, this will be, okay, 45 plus 46. Okay. Excuse me, so this will be 46 plus 405 rather. So 46 plus 405, this will be 451. Okay, so this comes around 451. Okay, now that we have, okay, the total for the rows and the columns, we can now go ahead and figure out the overall total. So the overall total for both the rows and the columns will be the same. So let's say this will be 72 plus 685. Okay, so 72 plus 685. This comes around 757. Okay, and assuming this is Okay, 306 plus 451. Okay, so this is 306 plus 451. This comes around 757 as well. Okay, so you'll type in this figure as 757. All right, so 757. Okay, 72 plus 685, 757. Okay, 306 plus 451. Okay, this will be 757. All right. So, now that we have these figures, okay, if you want to figure out the probability where the driver is a cell phone user, okay, so we know that the first row over here, this has to do with using the cell phone. So this is the driver who's using the cell phone. So driver is a cell phone user. So now we know that driver is a cell phone user. This total over here, this adds up to 280 plus 26. Okay, so 280 plus 26. Okay, this is 306. Okay, so driver is a cell phone user. So 306. This will be 306. Okay, and the total we know is 757. So all we do is 306 divided by 757. And this will be a probability of finding an individual amongst all the drivers who is a cell phone user. Okay, so 306 people out of 757 are cell phone users. Okay, now if you want to figure out, okay, drivers who had a speeding violation, okay, last year. Okay, so we know that the first column has to do with speeding violation. And the total for the first column is 72. So all you do is 72 divided by your total over here, which is 757. Okay, so these are the number of people who had speeding violations last year, whether they were using a cell phone or whether they never used their cell phone. Okay, so this is basically how you use your contingency table to figure out probabilities. On behalf of V Electronics, this is Obey. Have yourself a great day.